showing us planetary alignments. They could be solar systems, or showing us different phases of a planet or a star's evolution. Interestingly, keys is the term given to incantation calls used by magicians to summon spirits, angels, and demons. The Kabbalah Tree of Life, which is a roadmap to the spirit world, has also appeared time and time again in crop circles which appear very close to ancient megalithic sites. Of course, we should actually say that there are crop circle hoaxers. These people are paid by TV companies and newspapers to fake crop circles. Here we see National Geographic Television paying Team Satan to hoax a crop circle. Now, interestingly, Team Satan have reported that whilst making fake crop circles, they have seen orbs of light and UFOs fly across the fields. It seems that small orbs of light often fly down from the upper atmosphere and check out man-made circles, as if certain pictograms or certain symbols, certain sacred, ancient, magical talismans attract these balls of light. For thousands of years, since the dawn of time, magicians have used sigils and symbols to invoke spirits. In voodoo, these are drawn on the ground. Each of the demonic entities described in the famous Book of Howling actually has a sigil or symbol which is unique to that particular spirit. Three people who I have interviewed for the making of this film, who claim to make crop circles, have reported that orbs of light often fly down and observe the man-made symbol on the ground. And sometimes an extra motif is added to a crop circle, as if there is a symbolic communication between the person making the crop circle and these mysterious balls of light. At Oppidum, the people living there 2,200 years ago carefully carved and etched crop circle type patterns on bowls and plates and vases. With closer inspection, another aspect to this mystery unfolds. The crop circle symbols are combined with the shape of hallucinogenic mushrooms and plants. In the ancient world, especially in the Mediterranean, there were mystery schools performing high ceremonial magical rituals designed to attract nature spirits or angels, or sometimes to attract the spirits of actual planets. Hallucinogenic potions were drunk from specially made bowls and cups. At Oppidum, amongst the dozens and dozens of artifacts which contain crop circle iconography and images of UFOs, we see cups with strange non-human faces. Is this the face of a spirit, the face of a god, or the face of a cosmic intelligence which was summoned and worshipped at Oppidum more than 2,000 years ago? "11 years ago, I proved by analysing video footage frame by frame which had been filmed in 1996 at Oliver's Castle in Wiltshire that genuine crop circles were being created by small, spherical, unidentified flying objects. These objects are very, very small. They're about the size of a medium-sized kind of beach ball that children would play with. In my footage analysis, I discovered that these small spherical balls of light, which some people in the crop circle research community, by the way, there's very little research in the crop circle research community, I found that these small balls of light were coming from larger organic objects, usually seen high in the atmosphere. And these resemble serpents or snakes, and indeed they've become called sky serpents or mother worms. And I started showing the footage of the sky serpents at various conferences, and I collected footage from a gentleman in Scotland who lives in Stirling, Brian McPhee. I also visited NASA, and I collected footage which had been filmed by astronauts aboard the space shuttle, filming the exact same organic serpent-like creatures from the vantage point of the bridge on the space shuttle. And it became perfectly obvious to me that there was a relationship between these sky serpents and these small spheres. And what I want to show you in this film for the very first time is spheres in space alongside these so-called sky serpents, spheres going along clouds and flying along at an altitude that I estimate at around 5,000 feet, and then frame by frame analysis of these spheres coming down to ground level. And once they're at ground level, they then swoop across the fields and they create these incredible designs. On the 11th of August 1996, a fresh, unreported formation appeared at Oliver's Castle in Wiltshire, England. Not only that, but a young man appeared in the Barge Inn pub and showed amazing footage from his camcorder of how this new crop circle had been formed. His footage astounded the people at the pub. For the first time, people could see a video recording of what many eyewitnesses had been reporting in previous years, that crop circles are actually formed in a few seconds by small luminous balls of light which fly down from the atmosphere. Many people had seen these balls of light before, but this was the first time the formation of a crop circle had been caught on a video camera. The young man was not alone on Oliver's Castle that night. Two campers told members of the Wiltshire Crop Circle study group that they had heard a strange electronic buzzing known as the crop circle sound in the early hours of that morning, at the exact same time that the young man filmed the crop circle forming in the fields below on the other side of Oliver's Castle. As we watch this amazing footage, it's important to remember that the young man showed his video footage through the viewfinder of his camcorder the exact same day that the formation was discovered. If the footage was hoaxed by this man, then it stands to reason that the crop circle itself also has to be a hoax. The man who turned up at the Barge Inn pub called himself John Whaley. The Oliver's Castle footage is remarkable, as it proves beyond doubt that UFOs, small spherical balls of light, are making crop circle patterns. It not only proves that UFOs are real, but also proves that the crop circle phenomenon is created by UFOs. If indeed it is genuine, then the Oliver's Castle footage vindicates the reports of many NASA astronauts who have also reported seeing small balls of light and UFOs in outer space. You are watching UFO footage filmed from aboard the Space Shuttle. This footage was filmed during mission STS-48 on September the 15th, 1991. The camera is an image intensifying camera, especially built for NASA. It is focused at infinity into the far distance, and the arched line, which you can see, is the upper atmosphere of planet Earth. Between 8:30 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, a glowing object suddenly appeared from the Earth's atmosphere, and it maintained a constant altitude, moving over a period of about 12 minutes towards the northern hemisphere. The shuttle is in orbit 180 miles away, and so therefore this object must be at least 700 yards in diameter for it to be viewable by a video camera aboard the space shuttle. Suddenly, a flash of light happens, which could possibly be an astronaut adjusting the iris of the image intensifying camera. After the flash, the object accelerates into outer space at an estimated speed of 88,000 miles per hour. That's about the same speed as a meteor or a shooting star. The only problem with this is that it can't be a shooting star because shooting stars come into the atmosphere. They don't fly out of the atmosphere. Shortly thereafter, a beam of light streaks through the region vacated by the UFO. Now, according to retired former Pentagon official Philip Corso, the US military has plasma beam weapons and is able to shoot down UFOs which invade our atmosphere. In summary, the STS-48 footage from the Space Shuttle in 1991 proves not only that UFOs exist, but there is some kind of space war going on, which the taxpayers who finance NASA are never told about. Roughly 65 seconds after the main flash, the TV camera rotated down, showing an out-of-focus picture of the side of the cargo bay of the space shuttle. It then refocused, turned towards the front of the cargo bay, and stopped broadcasting. NASA have never made an official announcement explaining what these objects are. However, NASA pundits, that's people who claim that they used to work for NASA, say that the objects are ice crystals of frozen waste urine ejected from the space shuttle. Now, this is obviously a lie, as ice crystals would be much closer to the space shuttle